Welcome to today's yoga flow. It's all about balance. So we will physically balance the body from head to toe, but then we're also going to balance on one leg, maybe some arms. We'll see what I come up with as we go. So to get started, we're going to stay standing today. So come on and meet me at the top edge of your mat. Soften the arms down by your sides. And I want you to just kind of sway forward, back, side to start. So the arms can sway, the head, the hips can move into this like circular motion. Just let this be intuitive. Let your eyes close if you feel safe enough to. And let the body move in a way that just feels good. Invite in a full breath in and a full breath out. So there's a pretty good chance that you are shifting your body weight from one foot to the other. If you aren't, I want you to notice if you can do so, let the pelvis, the hip shift from one leg to the other. And gradually start to peel one heel off the mat, the other heel off the mat. So instead of just the weight shifting foot to foot, the heel is also elevating right to left. And then gradually, let's continue to build. Take the foot right off the mat, shifting from side to side. I'll turn this way if you need just a clearer visual of what we're doing. In through the nose, still keeping that breath in focus, out through the mouth. And then I want you to explore standing on one foot for just a little longer before you switch. And again, the arms are just kind of whatever, hanging out. No particular place that they need to be. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And let yourself get a little loosey-goosey here. See if you can invite in a bit of rotation with your spine once you're on one leg. And notice each time your foot comes back down to the mat and you're totally fine. So let's explore a little bit more holding. So as you switch onto your next foot, stay there and hold. Notice the core having to shift around a little bit. Maybe the toe taps down as a little kickstand. Good, and then switching to the other leg, holding, and seeing how long you can hold it before the body just kind of naturally shifts over to the other side. Catch yourself, let the leg kind of float around to help you. Feel the ankle shifting maybe, the toe leaving and returning back down, and just be in this experience from one foot to the other, exploring how the body naturally shifts and helps to support you in returning back to an equilibrium. Awesome. Okay, good. Return the feet, shake it out. So we did that because so often when we're in a balance, specifically on a yoga mat in yoga or Pilates, it's so rigid. Like we're holding a tree pose and we're gripping for dear life and we're scared to fall or just anxious about falling. What if we could see it with an approach of just that playfulness, that curiosity, that if we fall, that's okay. We just catch ourselves. And exploring, getting used to how the body moves in a way so you can manipulate your body in a way to support your posture. So if I'm standing on one leg, if I feel my big toe peeling away from the mat, I'm anchoring it back down, knowing that as soon as it peels away, it doesn't mean I'm going to automatically fall. It means that I have the control to engage my core and press my big toe back down, throwing myself back into an equilibrium. Okay, so we're going to build into that and keep using that. But now we're a little bit warmed up. We're into the body. I want us to turn and take up lots of space on your mat. So come to face horizontally on the long edge of your mat. Let's do toes out, heels in. So we're starting this class a little bit non-traditionally. From here, bend your knees. Take the arms out to the side. Big reach high to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, bend your elbows to 90 degrees within goalpost arms. Active through your fingertips, bend your knees, sink down. Good. And then inhale, big reach up high. Exhale, sink back down. So we're moving into a goddess pose, but again, just let it be lazy, big reach up. Exhale, lazy and active. And I use lazy in a way where you're still engaged in the body, but we're not putting so much pressure on ourselves to be perfect. Let's just be here, see how the body feels. One more big reach, external hips active through the fingers. Good, and high to the sky. Whew, beautiful job. Keep your arms up high to the sky. Pivot your toes to point to the long edge of your mat. Take a little bit of a wider stance. Can you extend just a bit more? Okay. Press down through the pinky toe edges of your feet. Grow taller through your spine. Big breath in. Mindful the knees aren't locked out. Tiny little bend still there. Breathing in. Exhale, hinge at your hips and reach up and over all the way down. Give your head a little shake. Look between the legs to whatever's behind you. Can you sway side to side? In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good work. All right, from here, I want you to sink into your right knee and see if you can bring your knee to track over your toes. So I have this long line, second toe, my shin, and then my knee. Okay, nice job. And then from here, up and over to the other side, same thing, tracking the left knee over those toes. Keep it back really long. My shoulders are pulled back. There's space across my collarbones. I'm bowing right over my leg. Good job. One more time each side. Breathing in. Breathing out. The next time you float over to your right leg, you're going to turn and pivot your body towards the short edge of the mat. So pivot those right toes. Walk your hands. Pivot your back heel up and you're in a lunge. Beautiful job. Soften that back knee down. Keep your right hand pressed down on the mat. My knee, front knee is stacked over my ankle. Let's wind our chest open, find a twist. Big breath in. Big breath out. Amazing. All right, from here, bring the hand back down to your mat. Lift the back knee. Step back to plank. Zip the big toes together. Press away from your mat. Let's fire up the core here. You've got it. Hold it for 3. Press into the back. You got it. 2. 1. Step the left foot back forward. Come back through to our wide leg forward fold. Let the head hang heavy again here. Inhale, lift up halfway. So you're flattening your back like you have your favorite dinner resting on your back. Exhale, relax back down. Now we go to the other side. So looking towards your left. Walk your hands towards the opposite short edge that you were just facing. Sink into your lunge. Back knee can be up or down. You choose. Inhale, reach your arm high to the sky. Take up lots of space. Feel that breath moving through your body. Coming back to our breath as often as we can remember to. Rotate your hand back down to the mat. Step back to plank. Good. Hold it here. Zip those legs together. Press away from your mat. Press down through all 10 fingers, all 10 knuckles. Hold it here. And let's find downward dog. Pike the hips. Send them back in space. Hang out in your downward dog. Maybe give the head a little shake. I like to sway the hips a little. Go ahead and pedal the feet if that feels right. Give yourselves 3 rounds of breath in your downward dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. You have 2 more of those. Amazing. From here, let's step our right foot to the top edge of your mat. Pivot your back heel down. Windmill your arms up. Meet me in a warrior 2. So warrior 2, I like to take up a lot more space. So you're really sinking in here. Arms are long. Breathing in. Breathing out. Flip your palms, exalt. Take up lots of space through that front body, the front of the ribs there. Cartwheel your hands. Rest your right elbow down. Reaching up high to the sky. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good. All right, we're getting into some balance. So from here, you're looking down, you're bringing your hands to the mat. Walk your hands forward about a foot in front of your foot. 1 foot in front of your foot. Tent those fingertips. We're moving all of our weight into our front leg. Start to drag your back toe forward. And then fly the left toes up high to the sky. Good. If you feel pretty good here, you can walk your hands a bit closer towards your foot. Think about really bowing forward like you could kiss your knee. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Stay here. Anchor down, right? Soften into this. A little less rigidity. Maybe one ankle or one wrist grabs the ankle. Maybe the other one does. Maybe they both. Have a little fun here. Amazing. And then you're going to land left foot beside your right. We're in a forward fold. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you felt some of that rigid energy come into the body the minute you only had one foot on the floor, let's start to work our way out of that. So take your arms, swing them back behind you. And on our inhale, we're rolling ourselves all the way up. Reach your hands high to the sky. Reach, get nice and tall. Exhale, bow forward, reach the arms back. Let's have a little fun here. Inhale, flow up. Exhale, flow back. And up. And back. Let it go. One more. And stay all the way up. Really nice job, guys. Amazing. Give it a little shake out. We're switching sides. So, inhale, arms reach high to the sky. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Bend your knees, plant your palms, step back to your plank. From here, we're taking a downward dog. Pike those hips back in space. This time, we have left foot stepping forward between your hands. Back heel pivots down. Go ahead and windmill the arms up, meeting in warrior two. Breathe in. Breathe out. Draw the shoulders down a bit. Feel the rib cage just floating softly above your hips. Palms flip. Exhale, exalt your warrior. Inhale, elbow to knee, float your top arm high to the sky. Lengthen through both sides of your waist, crown of the head reaching straight ahead of you. All right, let's head into the balance on the other leg. So you're looking down at your foot, rotate your chest down, bring your hands forward about a foot in front of you. Go ahead and drag your back toes closer behind your foot. When you're ready, fly them up high to the sky. Let your head hang heavy. Imagine you could kiss your knee, maybe hands walk a bit closer to your foot. Maybe one hand grabs the ankle, maybe the other, maybe both. In through the nose, keep breathing. You're doing good. A simple acknowledgement of the difference from one to the other without any judgment or criticism. Can you float your back leg a little bit higher, heads heavy, heads relaxed? Good, and with control, lower the right foot, land it beside left. Roll yourself up to standing, head is the very last thing. Good, give it a little shake out. Amazing work. Okay, take your wide stance again, meet me back here, toes are forward. Arms out to the side. From here, thumbs face up to the sky. I want you to hinge at your hips, tip forward, find that flat back again. Breathe in, breathe out. Shift your weight towards your right knee. Bring your hands to runner's hands. So imagine like you're gonna take off. Yep, and then you transfer your weight over to the other leg, runners. Good, and go from side to side, from side to side. You can stay here, or can you start to find a little bit of a weight transfer? So I come over to one leg, the opposite leg leaves the mat. Big step over, the opposite leg leaves the mat. Maybe a little toe kickstands. Maybe you start to feel so good here, you can take a big crisscross from one side to the other. This can stay low impact. You're stepping behind, stepping out, stepping behind, or you can amp this up a bit, give yourself a little hop from side to side. From side, catching your balance each time to side. Don't overthink the arms. Keep that breath going. Light on the feet, core is engaged. Think about widening your sit bones, zipping up through the core to help support your landing. You have 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and shake it out. Amazing. All right, tree pose. If you know your balance isn't your best trait, go ahead, use a wall, okay? Walls are your friend. If you're challenging yourself, we're gonna go ahead and try and step away from the wall. Let's start with the right foot anchored down. Pop your left heel beside you. Hands come to prayer. Externally rotate your left leg. Start to draw it up the inner thigh, inner shin. And maybe it comes all the way up to the inner thigh, just not the knee, okay? It's either inner shin, inner thigh. Hips are fairly square. You're going as tall as you can. Maybe arms extend high like branches on a tree. Breathing in, breathing out. Soften the shoulders. Lift up and out of your hips. Hold it here. You've got this. The big toe can always come down as a little kickstand. Last breath here. We got this. And relax. Amazing. Shake it out, shake it out. One more side to get through, and then we're winding things down a bit. Here we go. Root through the left foot. Pop the right heel right beside it. Externally rotate. Draw the sole of the foot up to inner shin, inner thigh. Bracing through the core, growing tall. Even imagine, like for me, I find it really helpful to imagine that there's a puppeteer in the ceiling, in the rafters of a theater, and the string is attached to the crown of my head. So as I'm holding this balance, the puppeteer is pulling me up towards the ceiling. I'm growing taller. Maybe even imagine there's a string attached to my knee. So my leg is lifting, 2 strings to this puppeteer, drawing me upright. Good, hold that here. Keep that lengthening sensation. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe arms have extended. You got this. Hold for 3 and 2 and 1 and relax. Okay, that was great. Really good work. Come back to the top of your mat. Take your arms forward in front of you. Bend your knees, sink down in a chair pose. We are very gradually going to roll all the way down to seated. If you want to challenge yourself, we're going to do this on a releve, heels lifted, okay? So bend your knees, find somewhere to focus on in front of you, sinking down. Breathing as you go, core zipping up and in, lowering, 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 heels dropping at the last moment, controlling as the sit bones finally find the mat. Great work. Let's take our time to come all the way down onto our back. Bring the knees in towards your chest. Tuck your chin, keep the back of the neck nice and long. Rock side to side. We are grounded on our mat. We're on a flat, stable surface. Let's go ahead and straighten the legs up high to the sky. Give the ankles a little roll. They did a lot of work to help stabilize us, and they do every day when we're walking. They're helping us stabilize through different shoes that we're wearing, different levels of ground, grass, concrete, obstacles along the way, all of the things. So often we forget about our ankles. They do a lot for us. Point, flex, roll. Let's finish in a nice twist. So bend your knees to a Pilates tabletop. Arms open to a T. You're going to keep this 90-degree shape. So my shins are parallel to my mat as if there was a dinner plate here, okay? So you're maintaining the shape. Big breath in. Exhale, legs gently fall down to the left, all the way down till they make contact with the floor. From here, wind the chest open. Arms can come to rest out to a T or along your body somewhere, hanging out here for a breath or 2. Okay, last bit of core effort here. I want you to breathe in. You're using your core to float the legs in that 90-degree shape right back to the center line. And with that same control and intentionality, they will fall to the right side, making contact with the floor, winding the chest open, deepening the breath. All right, let's come back to the center line. Bring the feet down to the mat carefully. And you can take the feet wide, knock the knees in towards one another if that feels good, or just extend the legs out long. Let's finish with a breath together, in through your nose, out through the mouth. One more. Fill up just a little more than the last time. Chest, ribs, belly. Part the lips in a nice long exhale. Amazing work. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.